Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of the Garage Gym workout series. So today is going to be a push session for the chest and triceps. So let's get straight into a little bit of stretching. To open up the chest last week we used a band here, so I'll show you the variation if you haven't got a band at home. Some sort of post or a door frame can work just as good. You're going to karate chop it, lunge forward, and then twist your chest away from it, trying to pull the shoulder back and down. You get a similar stretch to what you would with the band. The band just adds an extra little bit of distraction. So this is good if you haven't got a band basically. So just 10-15 seconds in there, nothing crazy. And then same on the opposite side obviously. Open up that chest. So we're going to work on a little bit of progression from last week on this 3-week phase. So we're going to micro-load the main exercise, the bench press. I'll go in more detail of that when we get to it. And then for the lats, I'll show you a new one today. So when your hand up through the band, if you've got one. If you haven't got a band, all I want you to do is put your hands on top of like a window ledge or some sort of frame that's got a beam sort of shoulder height. But if you've got a band, we'll use it. And we're going to come into a little bit of tension with the band. We're going to sit down into say like a half deadlift position, and then you're going to thread your left hand under to rotate the torso, and then feel the stretch all the way down the lats here. So the band is pulling your shoulder that way, your hips are pulling that way, and then you're adding a little bit of rotation in as well. So if your hand's just on the ledge, and you're just pushing down to secure yourself into there. So play around with the angle on this one, and find where you get the deepest stretch. Same on the other side. So they're just two basic quick little stretches, just to stretch out the pecs, stretch out the lats, get those shoulders nice and mobile before we move on to the main exercises for the warm-up. So on to the warm-up now. So we've got the same 4 exercises we did last week. We've got flies, ideally with a band. We've got a dumbbell press, which we're going to do on the floor. We've got the iso hold with a band. And then we've got tricep extensions. So all of it's going to be quite light, relatively easy. So pick a weight that's very manageable. And we're going to do 4 sets of 20 on each exercise. Nice and quick, getting loads and loads of blood into the chest, the triceps and the back, okay? So let's get into the flies. So if you've got this set up, great. If not, let me know what you've got and I can adapt it for you. Come so far away so that you've already got a little bit of a stretch, and then squeeze those little fingers together at the top. Big stretch and squeeze. Pull them shoulders together at the back, and then squeeze your chest together. Nice and slow and controlled, 20 repetitions. So technique wise again, there's a little bit of a bend in the elbow. That's not changing, it's not getting bigger or worse. So it's keeping the tension on the pecs. So a lot of these isolation exercises, people can do them, but are they actually contracting the muscles in the right way? That's the question. So you want to be thinking about feeling the pecs, your chest, squeezing as you're doing it. They should be the only muscles that you should feel working. And you can squeeze them as hard as you want to squeeze them. You could go through it nice and easy, or you could squeeze them like crazy. Okay, I think that's 20. And we'll go straight down into our dumbbell press. So whether you're using dumbbells, whether you're using the band, or whether you're doing push-ups, 20 repetitions. Nice and light band for this week. So double your band over, pop your arms through it, just above or below the elbows, whichever way you look at it. One foot in front of the other. Imagine you're lying back on a bench, and you're pulling that bar into you. Squeeze your back and then slowly release. Get a little pause at the top. Feel all those muscles in your back clicking into place. Should feel like a jigsaw puzzle back there. Extensions is the fourth exercise. So palms facing down, head through the band, and then push straight down. So the tension is all on the triceps, slow and controlled. If that feels too easy for you on the band you've got, come down to the knees, then you get more of a stretch on it then. But it's not meant to feel too hard this guys, it's just a warm up, okay? We're doing 80 reps all together. So all we're trying to do is force blood into those triceps. So as long as you can feel them, that's all we need to do. Okay, so that's one round done. Give yourself 20 seconds, grab some water, and then we're straight back into the flies. Okay, so once you've done your 4 sets of 20 on all those 4 exercises, your chest, your triceps, your upper body should feel pretty fatigued already. So same again, that's going to limit the amount of weight we can now lift on the main exercise. So same as last week, it's going to be a bench press. If you've got the band and a similar setup to this, then use it. If not, do the press-ups or whatever version you were doing last week. And then the progression is we're going to add anywhere from 2.5 to 5% extra weight. So last week I did my 4 sets of 8 working sets on 70 kilos plus the band. So I'm going to go 75 kilos today plus the band. So the idea is it's not much more weight, so the body shouldn't feel too much difference through it. And then we'll micro-load it the same difference next week. And then if you look back over the 3 weeks then that's a fair bit of progression. So that'll show that you're stronger in that sequence. So we're going to go close grip so that your arms are almost sort of parallel with each other. We're going to pause on the chest for a split second, make sure it comes to a dead stop, and then we're going to drive through. So always make sure you warm up on the bar, or if you've got the band on, the band, and then build up nice and slowly to your working weight. And then we're going to do single arm rows, same as last week, 4 sets of 8 on each arm, and then superset that in with the bench press. So a little bit of technique for the setup. Many ways to do it. The biggest similarity with all the methods of setting up is you're trying to get tension in your upper back. So get your grip, pull yourself under, push the feet into the floor, then you try to pull your shoulders back and down towards the bar. So sometimes if you've got a rack here, it's good to sort of push yourself under. And then you know you're in the right position when your eyes are underneath the bar. From there, don't lift the bar up because you'll disengage your shoulders. Drag it over. So pull it down with your lats. Same as what we did on those lat push downs on the deadlift day. So pull the bar over, pull it down onto the sternum, and then explode up. Keeping that tension in the upper back. Your glutes should be tense, your quads should be tense. You're trying to almost not do a hip thrust, but you're trying to push yourself up the bench, and that's going to give you a little bit of a boost off the chest then. So make sure the hips don't come up, but push yourself back into the bench. Okay, so I've warmed up now to the 75 kilos plus the band, so this is going to be the first working set. 8 repetitions of the single arm rows on each arm, and then we're going 8 repetitions on the bench press. So we'll go over this single arm row variation again, because it's different to the normal heavy one that you've probably done before. So one hand on the box, reach out in front of you, and then twist the palm up, so you get some nice rotation in those lats. Reach out in front of you, twist up, so you get a nice straight back, pulling the shoulder down, and then pulling the shoulder up. 8 repetitions on each arm. Okay, so that's the main movement done, the banded bench press. So hopefully you managed to complete all the 4 sets of 8 on that one. If you didn't and you tailed off towards the end, that's not a problem. Keep the weight the same for next week, and the progression is to get up to those 4 sets of 8, okay? If you did get all of them, then we're going to micro-load it by the same difference next week. So I'm going to go from 70 last week to 75 this week to 80 next week is the plan. So a little bit of assistance work now. So we'll do some overhead tricep extensions. You can do this with a band, which I'll show you now. You can do it with some dumbbells, anything that's got some weight to it. If you haven't got any of the above, then just do some close grip push-ups, either on your knees or if you can on your feet, okay? So up nice and high on the bench, so your shoulders are back in the bench. Grab the band over your head. If you haven't got a bench, then do it leaning on the floor, just go straight up. And then from here, we're going to stretch down. Let's get my hands a bit wider actually. Stretch down to your elbows are fully bent. You can contract your biceps and then push straight through. So contract your biceps, contract your triceps. So when you contract your biceps, you know your triceps are fully stretched. And you're going to get a full range of motion in them. You go 12 repetitions. Slow and controlled, feeling those triceps burn. I'm going to superset that with some plate pushes. So same weight as last week. Squeeze the base of your hands together, shoulders back, chest up. Squeeze the plate to the ceiling, nice and slow and controlled. Go for 12 repetitions on these. We'll do 4 sets of each exercise. Feel a massive pump on your chest and your triceps to finish off. Okay everyone, once you've done your 4 sets of 8 on those overhead tricep extensions and the plate pushes or some variation of that, then that's the session there today. So what I want you to do now is go on to one of the upper body conditioning videos and do 10 to 20 minutes of one of those. If you haven't got access to those, give me a message, we can get those sent over to you, not a problem. So there's a little bit of progression there from last week. So what we did was just increase the weight a little bit on the bench press. So well done if you hit those targets. If not, we can try again next week to get them, or if you did hit them obviously, then we're going to progress it just that a little bit more. Okay, so until next time guys, stay inside, stay safe and stay strong.